Here, we use our NPR voices, our inside NPR voices. Quiet down now. Uh-oh. We lost signal. No signal, but you can still hear me, so check this out. I'm back. What I did was push a button I should not have pushed. There's just so many shiny buttons, I just want to press them all. Guys, if you were a shiny button, I'd press you right on the button. Boop! Hello, welcome. Boop. Nice to see you, everybody. I wish I could see you. Tomorrow we're gonna have a guest, a very special guest, Nolan. He's going to come back. We're gonna talk about Jim Carrey tomorrow. Today we're talking about the New Mutants. You guys heard about the New Mutants? Y'all heard about the New Mutants? It's a movie. It sure is. It's an actual film. I went to the drive-in movie theater to go watch it the other day, because that's the best and safest way to watch movies. Probably going to try to check out Tenet this weekend at the drive-in, because I have a perfect streak of seeing every Christopher Nolan movie in the theater, except for Following, which was his very first film. I just never saw it in the theater. Nobody did. The first movie I saw by Christopher Nolan in the theater was Memento, and I saw it twice at the Sundance Film Festival. And Christopher Nolan was there. Jonathan Nolan was there. They was talking about it. Christopher Nolan was like, I have a British accent and a trench coat, and my blonde hair is slicked back. And he's never changed that look. He's never strayed from his iconography. But his brother is like, yo, bro, we're from Chicago. I don't know why you talk like that. It's true. Christopher Nolan is kind of British, but he's not really. Let me look this up, guys. Let me show you this. For instance, Christopher Nolan is, hey guys, what's up? I am opening the chats now. Everything is just closed up on me. Let's see where Christopher Nolan is from. This is going to blow your mind, maybe. You know what might blow your mind? Mel Gibson's from New York. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Mel Gibson, the Aussie. Nah, he's from New York. Howdy, Tatiana. Thank you for suggesting today's topic. You reminded me that I actually watched New Mutants the other day, because I had forgotten already. Good golly, New Mutants, a movie. Arya Stark is in that movie. Hey, Condemnation. He's going to be here tomorrow. I got my cup filled to the brim today. Look, you could see the coffee just pouring over the sides of my goblet. It's wonderful. Welcome, Khan. Malin Khan is going to be here tomorrow. We're going to talk about Jim Carrey movies and the controversy. We're going to discuss it. I was actually mentioning how I found myself surprised that I was a Jim Carrey fan. But listen, I've always been a Jim Carrey fan, which I didn't know. I wasn't aware of it. I loved him on In Living Color. We'll talk about this tomorrow in depth and in detail. But like, after 10 years, I remember going to see like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind in the theater, and I was like, this is the 10th or 12th or dozen or so Jim Carrey movie that I actually went to go see, paid money to see. And it was that moment where I was like, I guess I'm a Jim Carrey fan. I just never considered it. But yeah, love Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was ahead of his time. We're gonna break it down tomorrow, but Jim Carrey was definitely ahead of his time, because people at the time when he was coming out with his movies, they were like, this guy, he's just overacting and he's weird and we don't get it. And it's like, Jim Carrey's like, I don't care about you critics. I'm playing to my audience, and the audience is eating this up with spoons. Gigantic wooden spoons. Little tiny collectible spoons. Medium-sized, average, regular tablespoons. Also backhoes. They're backhoeing, shoveling it. They love it. Anyway, that's just a preview for tomorrow's show with Malin Khan, our special guest. And I'm sure it will branch out into many fun discussions. Hey, Donnie Coulter, welcome back. Is the New Mutants any good? Donnie Coulter asks. Well, you know, You asked me that question about the New Mutants, and I have to say, you know, the New Mutants is like, there was mutants, right? And then there was like mutants, and now there's New Mutants. Christopher Nolan. He was 50 years old. He was born in Westminster. But listen to this, though. Where's Jonathan Nolan? I'm going to find Jonathan Nolan. Where's Jonathan Nolan from? Citizenship, United States and United Kingdom. He was born in London, but he went to Georgetown University. And apparently, like, they individuated differently. So Jonathan Nolan, watch the interviews. Jonathan Nolan doesn't, he pretends to be American. They're both American and British citizenship, or English. And Jonathan Nolan has a distinct American accent, and Christopher Nolan has a notable British accent. So, and they're not that far apart in age. They're 6 years apart. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you something. The New Mutants. Went and saw it at the movies at the drive-in theater. And it was unfortunately, the movie is very dark looking. And the way that the screen was set up at this particular drive-in theater, I'm going to call it out. It's the Paramount Drive-In Theater in Paramount, California. And the drive-in, you're looking at the screen, and directly behind the screen is a building with all of its floodlights on in the parking lot. So you can hardly, it's like a faded image to begin with on the drive-in. So it's kind of annoying. And the concession stand is behind the vehicles, and that also has some lights going on. So now you're like losing the integrity of the image because it's faded from all of the ambient light that is being reflected upon the screen that is not just from the projector. So you're like, okay, now it's hard to see. So the movie was hard to see to begin with, and it's also shot very dark. And I'm watching this movie, and I could barely tell what was going on. I could just hear the dialogue, which was, you know, trite. But Arya Stark is in it, and she's very young looking in some scenes, and also not in other scenes as young looking, because they shot this movie over the course of like 2 years, and they reshot half the movie, and then they went back and revisited it. So you could definitely tell as the movie is going, it's a very Fantastic situation where like people's hair is changing and their faces are changing, and their accents are terrible, guys. There's a guy who's supposed to be from the South, the dude from Stranger Things. He's like, I'm from the South. It was really bad. So that was bad. Also, let me tell you what else was bad about it. The Russian accent. The girl with the Russian accent was just like, sometimes she had it, sometimes she didn't. So those are little details that take you out of a movie, because a lot of what I enjoy about a movie are the actors' full investment into whatever they're doing. So when Chris Hemsworth is playing Thor and he's crying about his family members being murdered over 3,000 years and him being a demigod and all this stuff, while he's divulging his emotions and innermost thoughts to a raccoon in the middle of space, that might seem like fantastical to you, but the fact that Chris Hemsworth can fully commit to that reality, he makes it real for us. And that's really the most important thing about movies, I think. You know, you can argue movies just a story and pictures, but actors really need to be experiencing what's on screen for us to experience it. Because us humans, if you're any human, if you're at all any ounce of human, you feel what other people are feeling. You see someone like get hit on the shin, kicked in the shin, you're like, oh, that must have hurt. Unless you're a sociopath, that you just would laugh. So if someone falls down and cracks their skull, you might go, ha 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 ha, I'm psychotic. But whenever I see someone trip and fall, I'm like, ooh. So that's a good test, a good measurement to be like, oh, good thing I'm not a psychopath. But you might be, I don't know. That's fine. Just don't kill anybody. I mean, it's just good advice all around. Don't kill anybody. It just makes it bad for the person. First of all, the murder victim is dead. Now you've ruined the lives of everybody in their life, and you've ruined your own life. You're going to go to prison. Stop murdering murderers. Just a word of advice. Oh, man. Oh, look who it is. Hey, everybody. It's the Carl Weathers Report. Welcome to the show today. I'd like to thank Aristotle Full Throttle for, some might say pointing out the obvious. Killers. Ne'er-do-wells. People who commit crimes. Stop it. It's going to be about 85 degrees today. Partly cloudy. Sunshine most of the way. This has been the Carl Weathers Report. Thank you, Carl Weathers. What a guy. Let me fix this. I look washed out. You wouldn't know I had brown skin for a second there. So the New Mutants, apparently it follows the storyline of like the New Mutants from like the early 80s or something. But I couldn't follow it. It was just... I mean, there was something... I'll give it this. It felt like a decent episode of like a Netflix series. Because I was watching The Umbrella Academy a few weeks ago. And, it's got 2 seasons. And I've been watching it for about 3 weeks. And this is how good I am at watching seasons on TV. I've gotten through 2 episodes almost. Almost 2 episodes. But I like it. It's good. It's good, you know what I'm saying? Hey, everyone. Yeah, I'm the classic rock biter. Do you guys like the Lovin' Spoonful? Or, let's say, Led Zeppelin, yeah. Three Dog Night and Steppenwolf are excellent. I like to listen to Foghat. Also, guys, I made a mistake yesterday and I said Obsidian was the most delicious tasting metamorphic rock. It's actually volcanic. Volcanic rock. Cool. Thanks, Rockbiter. What a guy. I'll tell you. I'm going to get less viewers. Yeah, there goes the murderer crowd, says Vidre. Good golly. You know what? I'm not here to make any friends. If you're a murderer, stop watching now. I don't like you, murderer. Oh, good God. But the New Mutants, it felt like a good episode of just like a TV show on Netflix where you could just go, next episode, please. It wasn't like there were certain things just showing up out of nowhere. But I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, the thing about the X-Men movies is you gotta just go, all right, X-Men, every X-Men has a power that's kind of useless. They kind of have a useless power that they just use. And, for instance, if I was an X-Men, my power might be like, I can sneeze really hard. I sneeze so hard that I could blow a hole through a brick wall because it's always super hyper-powered. Whatever it is I can do. But then I gotta find a situation in which I need to sneeze, and then there's always like some kind of failure to start, failure to launch with some of these powers. So it's always contextual. The X-Men always have to work together, and it's a combination of their powers that usually saves the day. It's always like a good confluence of effort. And they're like, okay, Cyclops, use your eyeball lasers, and then I'm gonna walk through a wall, because that's all I could do. I could walk through a wall. If you guys need me to walk through a wall, I'll do that. My name is Kitty Pryde. That's all I could do, though. If that comes in handy, let me know. I'll walk through a wall for you. Hire me, please. I specialize in walls and walking through them. So, in the New Mutants, they were like, look, new powers that, kind of the same new powers. This guy lights on fire. He gets too hot. This girl can, like, I don't know, she can... They're not the greatest powers. They're trying to sell us on some new mutants. They should just keep with the old mutants. We already like the mutants we got. Why do we gotta get some new mutants in there? It's not a good movie, guys. Overall, not a good movie. I hope it doesn't seem worth the wait. It took years for this movie to come out. It came out, and it is, you know... I'll tell you this, though. It's a movie. It's definitely got pictures that move. How y'all doing today? What's your favorite X-Men movie? I actually like Days of Future Past a lot, but, you know, people have problems with that. I think Days of Future Past is one of the best scenes in a movie in general. The scene where Quicksilver is running and through, you know, rescuing Magneto. Sorry, I got caught up in the music. The scene where Quicksilver is rescuing Magneto is probably one of the coolest scenes in all of movies. The slow motion scene. I'm still confused about the whole plot line of the movie. What even happened? Kelsey, you and I both are very confused about that movie. What even happened? I think that's the title of this episode. New Mutants. What even happened? Why? Why even the New Mutants is even the New Mutants is a good title. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'll tell you this though. It was a fun viewing experience. Very enjoyable. Romper T has joined us. Welcome, Romper T. I hope you're doing well. We missed you. Sorry again about your loss. Romper T, everybody. Romper T has shown up and popped in to say hello, and we welcome you with open arms, just like Steve Perry. The latest upload on AristotleFullThrottle.com is the episode with Romper T, the highlight episode edited by Jen the Fierce, who, by the way, is our latest Patreon member. Thank you, Jen the Fierce, has become a Patreon member for $10 a month. You guys can also become Patreon members. Jen the Fierce, let me just say a little something about Jen the Fierce. Not only is she an incredible editor, and she's well on her way to success, she's also a YouTuber. You should follow her on YouTube, Jen the Fierce. She's also edited in the highlight reels for the show. She's made this show better. She's a contributor. She's very much appreciated. And, you know, that's awesome. I appreciate you, Jen the Fierce. We all do. High five all around. Ron Perty says, poor Jen had to look at my face. I'm so sorry. Ron Perty, we all love your smiling face. It's always welcome here. But did you see New Mutants? Jen, you are too kind. Thank you for being a contributor and a supporter on Patreon. Y'all can be a supporter on Patreon as well. Patreon.com/AristotleFullThrottle. And we can keep the Michigas going. Am I right, everyone? I think so. Guys. Wait, hold on a second. I gotta find the right button. There's a button. Guys, you know, I'd like to say that this show has come a long way, but I really can't. This show's terrible. I really would want to say that I am enjoying this, but I can't. You should probably turn the channel already. Seth Rogen, get out of here. Nobody wants to hear from you, Seth. You never have anything good to say about this show. I don't even understand how he got in here. Hold on, I have to push buttons. There's so many buttons to... I have to do this. Hello. Seth Rogen, very rude of you. Why would you say that? Okay, I can't figure out where Hannibal Lecter's box is here. Hold on a second. He's taking the wind out of my sails, this Hannibal Lecter. Well, we'll have to have him talk to the Rockbiter. Hannibal, how did you get here? Well, I just wanted to talk to you about fava beans. I don't eat fava beans. I eat limestone. Well, you're not very effete, are you? Is that even the word? I don't know what you are saying. I'm going to eat your mask. Hey, Hannibal, do you like strawberry alarm clock? Do you know that band? How about Iron Butterfly? Guys on Instagram, this might look really weird, but if you go to AristotleFullThrottle.com, you'll get the full effect. Yes, I don't listen to that kind of music. Man, Enegada Devita, baby. If I sang that, it would take 14 hours, 'cause I talk really slowly. I play the bass. I figured you would. You seem like a bass player. What does that mean? I think that Hannibal Lecter would say it's a backhanded compliment there. I play bass. Yeah, well, Seth is such a hater. Seth hates this show. He seems so lovable and likable. He's got so much. He's so jovial and bubbly, but he's got nothing good to say. I don't understand that. I don't understand you. I just think this is ridiculous, this show. And not in a good way. I think it's ridiculous. I can't stand it. I don't even understand why I'm here. Nobody does. Guys, Christopher Nolan, film director. We've moved on from New Mutants, I think. New Mutants is old Mutants. Whenever you put new in a title, it suddenly sounds old instantly. Whenever new is put to the new Coke, or Coke 2, or whatever. Coke, I'm not talking about cocaine, I'm talking about Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? Cocaine? You're not talking about cocaine, man? I did so much cocaine rocks in the 70s. Coke rocks. Rock and roll, man. It was the 70s. I could dig it, man. Classic Rockbiter is just so positive. We got middle-aged mutants with Logan. Older, advanced-aged mutants. What was it, a 95-year-old Professor X in that? I like the idea of Logan. Logan was probably... If Logan's an X-Men movie... I know that, Angie, you said that... Nightcrawler's opening in X2... I think it was X2... is one of those dope moments, Angie. That's the thing about the Bryan Singer X-Men movies. There's usually a sequence when Bryan Singer is not victimizing young men. There's usually a sequence in his movies that is legendary. Like you're in the movies. I clearly remember that scene with Nightcrawler, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler in X2, and he's enters the White House, and there's just such a brilliant orchestration of that scene. The way it's designed, the fluidity of it, the excitement of it. That was like a moment where you're sitting there, like, this is cool. What I'm watching right now is like, I'm like completely lost in it, and I'm enjoying it. And that was like the Quicksilver scene in Days of Future Past. It was very similar to that feeling where I'm like, wow, we're in for it now. This is going to be a great sequence, and it is, and it delivers. So there's something to be said about those moments in the X-Men movies where they're like, wow, this whole movie was made worth it just for this scene alone. And yeah. Let's see. They should have had just been X-Force. Yeah, gonna give it to you. They should have been X-Force. X-Force is, I'd like to see that Deadpool movie, the Deadpool sequel with Logan. They should just do it. I mean, Disney owns everything now. Why don't they just listen, we're going to make a play. We're going to make this plea for Hugh Jackman to just do one more jokey Logan movie. One more Wolverine appearance. He doesn't have to get all bulked up. I know that it was like a very physically demanding role for him. He would take like months and months getting all jacked up so that he wouldn't let the fans down, so that he could be comic book accurate, even though he's a foot taller than Wolverine is in the comic books. Hugh Jackman was like, the fans want to see on the big screen Wolverine, and that's part of the reason why he's retiring the character. I'm sure he could have played him as many times as we wanted him to play him, but he was like, you know what, it's just too physically demanding, and I don't feel like I'm going to deliver for the fans if I'm not like a hulking, gigantic, ripped dude, and that takes so much time and effort. Or like he's just feeling that at his age right now, it's just causing too much damage, more damage than good for his body, which I respect to Hugh Jackman. However, just wear like, a padded suit and just be Wolverine for us in the movie. Like the attitude, the swagger. When Wolverine goes berserk in X2, another great sequence. When Wolverine goes friggin' completely berserk, I was like, yeah, that's Wolverine going full-on rage monster. Did like that. I'm a big fan of how you turn into a giant green rage monster. Let's see. Romper T has seen Bill and Ted's 3. Now, no spoilers for me, but I am hearing good things. I want to see it. I was going to see it at the drive-in this weekend. However, at the theater where they were playing Bill and Ted's 3, they were only showing, because it was a one-night only event for the Metallica concert at the drive-in. On all 4 screens of the theater that I could have seen Bill and Ted 3 at, they were playing all Metallica concert, which, I like Metallica. I would have gone to see it. However, I would not have gone to see it. I'm like, I've seen Metallica 2 times. I don't need to see them again. They're good. They're a good band if you like hard rock and roll. They're not metal, guys. Maybe they started out as metal, but they're punk rock / hard rock and roll. And I will argue that. Canimation? We'll talk about that tomorrow, maybe. We'll bring that up. Is Metallica metal or hard rock? Just the answer's easy. Hard rock. Yeah, I gotta see Bill and Ted 3. I'm gonna like it no matter what. You know why? Because I think that the characters alone transcend whatever situation they're in. Even if the movie was shot terribly, even if the movie was written poorly, the charisma of Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves combined as these 2 idiots who are to save the world, that alone can carry it for me. I just want to hang out with them for another 2 hours or an hour and a half, another 90 minutes of Bill and Ted being doofuses in a situation. And there's a long line of dummy duos. Harold and Kumar, they're fun. And then, I mean, they're not too dumb. They're just like average dudes. Bill and Ted are decidedly stupid, which is great. It took them 2 full movies to even learn how to play the guitar. And they're supposed to be the saviors of the universe. What's up, Ismael Kuya? Siuya. I said your name perfectly in Spanish. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Bill and Ted. However, I've been like sort of waiting to try to figure out how to watch Bill and Ted with my friends. So tonight we're probably going to try to do that. Going to watch Bill and Ted tonight. Bill and Ted 3. Face the music. I like it. I like it. That's a line by Emil from the movie RoboCops. RoboCops. Dylan, you son of a bitch. Hey, Dutch, what are you doing here? And why are you dressed like that still? Dressed like what? Okay, never mind. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, too. Do you like to chill? Of course I like to chill. Everybody likes to chill. That's cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Cool? Yeah. Dutch, we understand everything you're saying. You know, you remind me of Sub-Zero in another movie you were in. Sub-Zero, like in Mortal Kombat? No. Remember you were in that movie, The Running Man? Sure. Yeah, you have to remember. That was one of classic moves. There's a guy named Sub-Zero in that. Oh, yes. Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero. Correct. Partly cloudy. Winds to the east. Going down to 64 degrees tonight. This has been the Carl Weathers Report. Yeah, they were low-key stoners for sure. I think it's funny because Cheech and Chong were very over-the-top stoners. Harold and Kumar are just like regular dudes who just, they like to go to White Castle and hang out with Neil Patrick Harris. Who doesn't? One time I sat and ate White Castle burgers with my friend. We got like a 20-pack of like those little tiny burgers. This is when I ate not only meat, but garbage. And I ate at least, I don't know, I forget if we got 40. We got a lot of hamburgers. So many, in fact, that we sat there and we ate them all night. And I literally did not eat for 2 days after that. Because I didn't have to. And also, I didn't want to. And also, I died. Oh, you're talking about Bill and Ted as stoners? I think genuinely Bill and Ted are not stoners. I think they're just... They are drinking beers in Bogus Journey. I did notice this recently when I rewatched it. I'm like, they're drinking beer. Look at these guys. But they're just like having a beer sitting on the couch, deciding whether or not they should be the heroes of the universe, trying to figure out how to get their rock and roll career off the ground. You know, there was several years between Bill and Ted Bogus Journey. They had filmed it in 1986 or 1987, basically directly after Back to the Future, which, by the way, Bill and Ted's original time machine was supposed to be a van or something like that, and people were just saying, that's just way too close to the car in Back to the Future, so you should probably change it to something, you know, completely dated, like a phone booth. And then, which is great. It exists so you can make it whatever you want. And there was like a development hell or something. It was postponed on the release. So the movie came out 2 years after that it was supposed to come out. Bill and Ted, the original. So then when they did the sequel, Bogus Journey, it came out like within 2 years. It came out 2 years later. And I remember being at a movie theater after going to see some other movie. And I saw on the ticker, there was like a little ticker on the, like one of those dot matrix, I don't know what you call it, but it said Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and I was like, that's not real. That's not going to happen, because Bill and Ted was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, and then I was so excited to see that they were going to come out with a sequel, and I was like, this is going to be dumb, and then I watched it, and I was like, that was dumb, but I loved it. So that's what I'm hoping for Bill and Ted 3, that it's really dumb, and that I'll love it. I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to be smiling the whole time because I want to see these doofuses walk around. Candyland. I just had White Castle for the first time. I'm sorry, Candyland. My condolences. I'm going to send you flowers. They sell their burgers in a frozen food aisle. They were so good. They might be as good as Whataburger. Candyland, let me guess. Are you in Texas? Whataburger. There's a Whataburger here in California, I'm sure. But Whataburger is what I would always get in Texas when I was in Texas. I'd go, let's go to Whataburger. What a burger, I'd say. Because I'd just be naming the restaurant. I'd be like, let's go to that place. Whataburger. And then they were like, what? You really like a burger? What, a burger? No, it's the name of this place. Yeah, Candyland. Don't mess with Texas. That's what I always say. Also, Candyland, I'd like to say this to you. The stars at night are big and bright. You don't have White Castle. I expect your response in the comments, Candyland. Fat Burger is my fave. Oh, heck yeah, Condimation. We got... See, now, Melon Condimation lives 2 blocks away. We've got a Fat Burger like 2 blocks from here. I don't eat actual meat anymore, but I will get the Beyond Fat Burger or whatever they have out there, and it's really, really good. And, you know, they're not lying about anything. They're not pulling any punches. They're like, this is a fat burger. You're going to get fat if you eat our food. This is Fat Burger. This is for fat people. Not that fat people or anything. It's just like, we hope that you eat this and get fat, because this is what we do. And I go there gladly, and I eat it, and I fat myself up, because I'm enjoying that. They're just like, this is Fat Burger. This is very fat. Eat it. And then I say, yes, thank you, please. This is delicious. Cheers. Which is good. Just own it. Just own it. Be who you gonna be. Enjoy it. You're perfect just the way you are. That's what I say to that burger, and then I eat it. You're perfect just the way you are. And I push the burgers into my face. I just slowly push them into my face. Well, slowly is not true. It's a very, very rapid process. Usually I get the burger and it's gone. This Fat Burger is 2 places from my house. 2 blocks from my house. And if I go to the drive-thru, I'll be done with the meal by the time I park in my parking spot. I'll just drive back eating the burger because it's good. Deep in the heart of Texas. Yes, that is the correct answer, Candyland. There's so many fun things about Texas. I love Texas because it's big. It's large. And everything inside Texas is proportionally large. I got a giant belt buckle in Texas once, and I wore it for years very proudly. I didn't care. I had a giant rock and roll belt buckle like this big. And I was like, I'm going to wear this belt buckle like they do in Texas. And then it didn't really go over that well on Long Island, but, you know, screw them. Hey, Eboto Man, 1979, welcome. Welcome to the Instagram story. Hey, Shy. Yeah, I like to eat burgers alone. Yeah, you know, eating a burger is a communal experience, but sometimes it's a very, very sacred, alone, push into your face process. We all enjoy it. Listen, I love a burger. I just don't like the meat part. Just change the meat out with something, and I'll eat that. Like, for instance, I had the Impossible Whopper. Let's talk about fast food. I had the Impossible Whopper the other day, and it's pretty good because I missed Whoppers. I hadn't had a Whopper in about 10 years, and I was like, let me go get an Impossible Whopper. And I'm like, this is not bad. It mostly tastes like onions anyway, but it's good. So I'll get the fake meats, but it's, you know, you don't even know where that meat's coming from anyway. I heard the other day that one cow can produce 4,500 burgers. One cow. That's crazy. They're killing like 200 million cows a year or something like that. It's a holocaust. It's nuts. That's a lot of burgers. Yeah, get the Beyond Burgers because, you know, Once you can't taste the difference, I don't see what's the point of even, you know, this is not going to be a anti-meat platform, but, you know, people going to do what they're going to do. It's fine. I enjoy the impossible meat options, but I think it's strange that vegetarians or vegans would want to eat anything resembling meat. Well, I'll tell you this, Shy. I love the taste of meat. Steak is delicious. Give me a filet mignon flavored thing. I'll eat it up. I love the taste of meat. I just don't eat it. So there's a place, Shy, if you're, well, I don't know if you're near the valley, but there's a place I love, and they make their own seitan and tofu, and it's really good. It's really good. Food is a great conversation. I'm glad that we're talking about. People talk about food or the weather. Guys, here's a tip. When you're in a conversation and you're at a loss for words, or if you're at a party, comment on the weather, comment on the food. These are the two universal binding things. I love vegan food too, Shy. Although I'm decidedly against carrots. Get that carrot out of here. Listen, I like a raw carrot. I'll put the carrot in the peanut butter, and I'll eat the carrot off of the peanut butter. I'm like a horse. I'll eat a carrot with peanut butter on it, raw, but that's it. But cooked carrots, get out of here, cooked carrots. I'm not a fan of the cooked carrots. I like limestone and I like sandstone. But get igneous rocks away from me. No flavor whatsoever. I hate those kinds of rocks. Ever try garnet? Or amethyst? So good. Hello. I heard you were talking about food and meat in particular. Could I tell you that a census taker once tried to test me? I ate his liver? Yeah. Rockbiter, why do you step on my lines like that? I've heard that before. You say it all the time, like you're trying to intimidate me. But remember, I'm like the size of the Empire State Building. Yeah, I suppose. I ate his liver with some fava beans. Oh, shut up, Rockbiter. Before I eat your liver. My liver is made of rocks. Their vegan bacon is boom, shaboom, shabooms. Wait, were you talking about real food daily? Oh. I hate cooked carrots. Let's put a moratorium on cooked carrots. The carrots and then throw them right in the garbage. That's the process. Hey guys, I'm making a delightful meal. The main course is filet mignon with a side of mashed potatoes. And right over here, I'm cooking some carrots that I'm going to throw right in the trash for you. I think that would be a good idea. Oh, yeah, boycott. I went to an outdoor eating place the other day, and they were like, we're going to give you some enchiladas with a side of vegetables. And the side of vegetables was just shredded carrots. Or something. It was shredded carrots and maybe zucchini. These are the cries of the carrots. I know what you're referencing. I know exactly what you're referencing. Sorry, get out of here. Seth, get out of here. Rockbiter. Oh, man. The cries of the carrots off of the 1991 classic album, Undertow. Maybe 1993. It's almost classic. Actually, it is classic rock. So therefore, I can dig it. These are the cries of the carrots. This is necessary. This is necessary. Life feeds on life, feeds on life, feeds on this is necessary. It's pretty psychotic, I'm sorry. It's a dark album. It's by Tool. We'll get some more we'll get some more interpretations by the Rockbiter later. I hope. I mean, it's really up to his discretion. I don't have anything to do with him. Hey guys, hey one person on Instagram, if you want to watch the actual cartoons, you could go to AristotleFullThrottle.com or twitch.tv/AristotleFullThrottle. Please, also, if you're entertained at all, in the very least, you could go to patreon.com/AristotleFullThrottle and pledge $17,000 a month or $1 a month. As little as $1 a month, up to infinity dollars a month. Guys, on Instagram, if you want to support and donate to the ACLU, there's a button at the bottom where you can donate to the ACLU because they're the ones who are really doing stuff right now. The government is failing. The ACLU is what is there to defend our rights. So we need to support them and keep those lawyers paid so that they can continue to fight stupid policies and illegal actions performed by the government. So support the ACLU. Oh boy, the carrots though. You don't want carrots. Carrots are necessary. Carrots are not necessary. Carrots are, well, fava beans are necessary. I hate fava beans too. They're gigantic and weird looking. Like your head. Are you making an ad hominem attack? I can't help it. I'm like 1 inch from your face. My eyes are staring right at your head. And I can't even see your body. Your head is so big. It's just all head. You're mostly head. My head is like tiny compared to my body. Look at the top of my head. Ignore my fro. The top of my head is tiny. It's like a pinhead. I see that. It explains a lot. Guys, what even are you watching right now? I mean, this is like so dumb. I can't even understand why anybody would find this show appealing at all. I'm Seth Rogen. I'm a lovable Canadian American actor, proponent for Alzheimer research, and author, actor, writer, screenwriter of many hilarious comedies. I know what funny is, and this ain't it. Get out of here, Seth Rogen. Nobody wants to see you. Clear skies. Oh boy. I've tried to get rid of these. Oh, hey. I'm back. This is what we do on the show. We just have a good, goofy time. We have fun. We try to entertain ourselves, guys, because quarantine ain't that a bee. It's no day at the beach, but it's definitely a son of a beach. Oh, yesterday, guys, I mentioned that when I went to see Black Panther, there were cop cars in every intersection on the way to the movies. I wasn't saying that because the cops were trying to, like, regulate. And I know Angie was like, well, they were there to protect people. Yeah, but I think the assumption was that because there were so many black people in one place that you needed cops there, which I found ridiculous. So if you want to re-watch that conversation, I think I wasn't clear as to what I was saying there. Like, the cop cars were definitely there because I was like, oh, because there's a giant premiere of a giant movie and everyone here is black. Like, if everyone here was to see a white movie, there would not be cop cars in the intersection. So I think large gathering of black people in a central location for a big premiere like the $200 million or $250 million Black Panther movie with starring Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. The irony for me was that it was just a peaceful gathering to go see a movie, yet cops were somehow there to direct traffic. Yet I've never seen them do that before for like another movie. It's just ridiculous the way that the expectation that a large gathering of black and brown folks would require police in the middle of Hollywood to be there in case anything went down. And it's like, well, what's going to go down? A bunch of people going to see a movie? Like, get real, people. It's insane. I don't know if you guys remember, but 10 years ago or so at Aurora, Illinois, when people went to see The Dark Knight, someone shot up the theater, Dark Knight Rises, and he wasn't black. It's just weird, the assumption of violence breaking out from a group of black people, yet the actual cases over and over again that we see of like mass murder are by lone white dudes. It's just shocking. The shocking discrepancy, the disparity between people's perception of the danger. Yet black people, black men, black women are being murdered by police. Yet the danger somehow are the minorities in your neighborhood. They're the danger. Yet they're the ones being killed by police. The people who are causing mayhem are 17-year-old kids with an illegal gun going to a place where he doesn't live to defend property he doesn't own. He's going to kill people. That guy had the intention to go kill people. 17-year-old white dude with a gun, an illegal gun. I mean, tell me who the threat is there. Is it the group of protesters? Or is it the white dude with a gun murdering people? Let's get real. Let's get freaking real, people. It's just insane. Some of these, it's just the perception alone and versus the reality is just so shocking. I mean, I mentioned that NBA coach, I don't remember what his name was, but I think he was an NBA coach. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's talking about people saying they're fearful. They're afraid. We're afraid, the riots, the protests, I'm afraid. And he's like, they're protesting the fact that black and brown people are getting killed by the system. These people in particular are protesting the violence that is happening against them. Yet people are saying they're afraid of the protests and the quote riots. What are you going to do? You're going to do a show. You're going to utilize the technology at your fingertips to do your own show on your own platform to try to like level with people. Let's level with the reality here. You guys, oh man, I just thought of a new puppet I could use. John Taffer. You guys watch Bar Rescue? Nobody watches Bar Rescue anymore. There's like 42 seasons of Bar Rescue. John Taffer. There are raccoons in this bar. He talks like this. I watched about 27,000 episodes of Bar Rescue. I watched 27 episodes before breakfast. I watched so many episodes of Bar Rescue. This bar. He always goes like this. He always puts he'll say like, your taps are disgusting. I don't know. I'm gonna have a John Taffer puppet by tomorrow. Or Thursday. Malin, you're welcome to bring your own puppets. John Taffer, what a guy. He yells at people and tries to fix their bars. It's basically Extreme Home Makeover, but for bars. Except I never really liked Extreme Home Makeover. Did you guys ever watch Extreme Home Makeover? Because what they did on that show is they would take a house and they would completely renovate it and make it like a carnival, essentially. And their big phrase, which still shocks me to this day, there's a really dumb phrase. It would be basically before the big reveal of the newly renovated house that the whole community comes together to rebuild, and all of the different contractors and whatnot and painters usually step in to help a family that is in need to rebuild their living situation so that it's more habitable for them, so that it's more accommodating for them. So the whole town and the whole community comes together, stands in the street, and there's a giant bus between them and the reveal of the house. And this is the best reveal, or this is the best catchphrase for a TV show, which is, and by best I mean worst. Move that bus! Move that bus! This is the dumbest thing ever. Move that bus. Stupid. Uh-oh, V-Dre. Did you just ruin John Taffer for me? Does he really love Trump? Because John Taffer he always does this little tick. I watched like thousands of episodes of that, and he's from Long Island. He's from Great Neck. And I was like, yes, of course he is. But he's always like, you've got raccoons in this bar. He's got weird ticks. That's my favorite line from Bar Rescue, by the way. There are raccoons in this bar. And that's after John Taffer saw raccoons in a bar. I loved John Taffer before I knew that he was a Trump person. Is he still a Trump person? Because I don't understand, if you were ever a Trump person, why you'd still be a Trump person. Has there been enough damage? Like, how can you hate... Here, in the 1 minute left on Instagram, and then if you want to continue the conversation, we can jump over to AristotleFullThrottle.com or twitch.tv/AristotleFullThrottle, and you'll find the conversation continuing there for the next few minutes. But if you was a Trump person, you're liking Trump, and you're like, I'm going to vote for Trump over Hillary because you've got some kind of like sexism situation going on where you can't reconcile that, and you're like, should I vote for the highest qualified human ever to run for president, or should I vote for Donald Trump, who is literally the least qualified human? But he's old and he's a white dude, so maybe I'll vote for him. You got Joe Biden, who's older and whiter. Vote for him, please. Please vote for him. Please vote for Joe Biden. He is as white as can be. And he's old. He's like old. He's literally the oldest. He's old and white. You should be happy. Okay, see you tomorrow, Instagram. Malin, when we do the show tomorrow, if there's a way you can Skype in, but also use your phone to join the conversation on Instagram. So like join the feed on Instagram so that we can do a split screen there, and then also I'll walk you through it tomorrow, or you get it. I I don't know if I could see the change of heart, but I will look it up. Hopefully, John Taffer realized that this country needed a renovation. Maybe he realized there are raccoons in this White House. This Oval Office is disgusting. Oh, man. Everybody, as you know, I played Apollo Creed in several Rocky films. 5 Rocky films to be exact. If you count my ghostly appearance in Rocky 5, but nobody likes to remember Rocky 5. Please forget Rocky 5. But if you want to count the footage in the Creed movies, I was also in those movies, because that's how movies work, actually. If they use your image in a film or actual footage of you, they have to pay you SAG standard rates, because you're making an appearance in that movie. And the movie uses your image in perpetuity, so therefore you are entitled to residuals. Just a fact, Jack. But I plead with you. As Apollo Creed, living in America, wearing the red, white, and blue, the star-spangled shorts, please vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Because my prediction is clear skies and the most boring weather you can possibly have for the next 4 years, and that is invited. We've had an emotional roller coaster for 4 years now, since 2016, and now we have the opportunity to shut off. We got turned, and now we need to crash out. Go to sleep for 4 years. Joe Biden is so old, he will die within 14 minutes of being inaugurated. So we need to make sure that he gets inaugurated and not die. Please, vote for Joe Biden. I urge you. Clear skies. High of 78. This has been the Weathers Report. John Taffer. John Taffer can get lost. I mean, this show could probably use John Taffer's energy. But yeah, it's kind of crappy that he's a supporter of Trump. I don't understand why you would support that guy. He seems like a I don't know, up here in Canada. I've been living in Canada since the beginning of this, and y'all look stupid, just like the show. Get out of here. He's a nuisance. Well, guys, I'm tuckered out. I got up early this morning. I had therapy. I recommend it. I recommend you have therapy. It brings you some kind of, I don't know. I hope this doesn't agitate you, the show. I really don't. I mean, I don't see how this show is enjoyable in the very least. What a jerk. Tatiana, you have an excellent night where you are. Conimation, bring your puppets tomorrow. We're going to be hanging with Malin tomorrow, talking about Jim Carrey. I'm excited for that conversation. I hope you guys are too. Jim Carrey. Bring your Jim Carrey stories or your memories. I don't even know if I'm going to get past In Living Color, because he was such a legend on that show. He was so much fun. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Y'all are wonderful. I appreciate you. The music swells. It feels uplifting. I'll see you all tomorrow. Y'all are great. I'm Aristotle, your bro in the know with the froyo. And you're the best. You're the best Aristotle full throttlers.